Jumping over and talking about receivers, lots of names that we're listing here again because based on ownership, we've noticed that it didn't really change much since last week, and that's very surprising to me when we talk about the first three names here. All of them are below 50% ownership, even though they were our heavy targets last week. Chase Claypool, Travis Fulgham, and Mike Williams. If they're still on the wire in your league, then I don't know what to tell you, but hey, they shouldn't be. They shouldn't have been there last week, but now is the week to go out and get them. Chase Claypool has been absolutely dominant in the absence of Deontay Johnson. Went 4 catches on 4 targets for 74 yards and a rushing touchdown on the day. Claypool has been dominant. Travis Fulgham has really proven himself to be the best receiver on the Eagles. I'm not concerned about Deshaun Jackson or Alshon Jeffrey at this point. Both of those guys looked like dust the last time we saw them. Jalen Reagor is the only guy to keep an eye out for here, but he could still be a few weeks away dealing with that thumb injury. So Travis Fulgham could remain to be a good start as the season goes on. He had his third big day, going 6 of 10 for 75 yards and 1 touchdown against the Baltimore Ravens. Pretty impressive feat there. Definitely has earned the trust of Carson Wentz. Probably will draw the looks of James Bradberry this week, which is a little bit disappointing because Bradberry has been pretty good at slowing down opposing wide receiver ones. But Travis Fulgham has been way better than anyone would have expected at this point. He needs to be rostered. Mike Williams, another guy out there. For some reason, he was dropped and not picked up because of the bye week. When Keenan Allen went down last time, he went 5 of 8 for 109 yards and 2 scores. Really like that stat line. Obviously, Keenan Allen is going to keep him from doing things like that too often, but he's looked really good. If he can stay healthy, I think this will be a really good pairing for Justin Herbert, who has been incredibly accurate deep down the field. We've seen Jalen Guyton get pretty involved out there, but Mike Williams is by far the better athletic talent to Jalen Guyton. So Mike Williams should be a decently productive fantasy asset. He might be someone that's a bit more boom bust than you'd like to see, but he definitely has the boom potential to win you a week. Someone that you should definitely keep on your roster. All right, now Tim Patrick. Basically just been producing the absence of the other targets there. Noah Fant has been out. Obviously, Cortland Sutton is out for the season. So what remains to be seen is whether Tim Patrick can continue this production, but he's had 3 solid weeks in a row. He had a game this last week against the Patriots where he went 4 for 8 for 101 yards. That's 3 straight games with 14 fantasy points or more, and 2 with over 100 yards receiving. Thus far, he's been the real deal for Denver and should be rostered pretty much in every league possible. Corey Davis is looking to come back this week off of the COVID IR. Someone may have dropped him if you didn't have an IR slot in your league for them to hang on to him. Now, A.J. Brown is healthy, so that could definitely slow down his potential production. Last time we saw him, A.J. Brown was limited or out, and Corey Davis had 3 straight games of north of 10 fantasy points. We'll see what he can do playing second fiddle to A.J. Brown. But the Titans have been on fire. Their defense has been less than advertised, meaning that their offense has had to throw the ball and score more points. I like pretty much everyone on Tennessee right now, and I think Corey Davis should definitely be rostered. If he's out there on the waiver wire, you should go after him this week. Okay, DeMarcus Robinson is another name here from a spot start perspective. Not someone I'm really excited about for much longer, but he did see basically the Sammy Watkins role as we saw last year. We were hoping they would go to Mecole Hardman, but at this point, we just got to give up on that hope for Mecole Hardman. Unless Tyreek Hill goes down, it's probably not going to happen for Hardman, and even then, it didn't happen last year either. It's such a weird spot because Hardman looks really good when he's on the field, but DeMarcus Robinson just has something going on between him and Andy Reid where he demands more targets than Mecole Hardman ever really can seem to do. So Robinson came in, played decently against the Buffalo Bills. He went 5 of 6 for 69 yards, which was actually the leading receiver on the day in terms of yardage. So nothing fancy there, but it is targeted in the end zone still. It's basically the wide receiver 2 here for Patrick Mahomes, getting to play another game this week without Sammy Watkins. Definitely should be rostered and is a potential flex start, especially if you're dealing with injuries or bye week woes. And then deeper options here, guys that, 14, 16 team leagues or just deep bench leagues, you want to keep your eye on. Tyler Johnson for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers only had 1 target on Sunday, but it was for a 7-yard touchdown. And then Marcus Johnson had 5 catches on 8 targets for 108 yards for the Indianapolis Colts. I doubt we're going to see many more games where Phillip Rivers is throwing the ball as much as he had to this last Sunday, but it was promising to see Marcus Johnson continue to see his snap share go up. It's not like Zach Pascal or T.Y. Hilton have really been doing much of anything, so maybe Marcus Johnson can continue to carve out a role. Not someone that we're going to be looking to start anytime soon, but hey, someone to note there. And then I guess I should just throw it out there. I doubt it returns anything for you, but keep an eye out on the situation. We're 2 weeks away from Antonio Brown technically being able to return and play for our team. There's still obviously some lingering things there that could cause that suspension to grow. There's a lot of ambiguity around that situation. There hasn't been any solid leads as to whether there are any NFL teams that are actually looking to start him. But if you have a bench spot that you don't mind reserving for the next couple weeks just to see what happens, it's basically a lottery ticket that has a very low percentage chance of paying off. But if it does, it will pay massive dividends. So keep that in your mind when you're going to your waivers this week. If you don't need any of these guys, you don't need any starters, and you have a bench spot to burn, definitely think you could do worse than throwing Antonio Brown on the back of your bench.